Everybody, Brian Good here on this Friday. Let's get right to it. On the snowboard, obviously the situation for next week, we're going to be updating on, I will say the 14th and 15th, maybe some rain or snow. I tell you though, we're going to be certainly warming dramatically during that time, so I don't see it be anything significant. So let's get right to the setup. Here's the overall deal that we're talking about for next week. Area of low pressure is going to be moving in. There will be an upper low with it as well, so it looks like there'll be two areas of low pressure initially over the Rockies. But the main surface low will get going here as we head into Monday. It's going to send the warm front into the area. We will know that by the wind really ramping up. In fact, there are signs that temperatures Sunday night, Super Bowl night, may actually rise instead of falling very little. So we'll see. That could be a change in the forecast coming. But windy on Monday, scattered showers around. But then on Tuesday, question is, are we going to see a showery day early on, or are we going to see breaks in that? And I doubt we'll get much sun, but maybe some breaks to at least allow for that warm, moist flow into the area to lead to instability. If that's the case, then we're talking about strong thunderstorms developing, because the shear is certainly off the chain with this kind of a setup. Too early to say severe. I'll explain why that's the case, but at least that is something we'll be watching for Tuesday. Then once the front moves in, we get the backlash of this. You will know it. Strong. In fact, the winds on the backside look stronger than the warm winds ahead of it. But very windy, very little rain to snow deal on Wednesday. It looks very minor. We're going to dry out rapidly. Then we get that system there over the plains. What's it going to do? Is it going to dive way south, or is it going to drift right into the Tennessee Valley? Here's the latest look. Here are the ensembles and the operational models again. Hopefully you guys are used to these by now. GFS. Here's Euro. Here's Canadian. This is going to be Monday night. Warm front, rain snow line, basically, if you want to look at it that way, the white line here, way to our north. So you see how these isobars tight together right over. Here's Kentucky right here. Very strong south winds. Good agreement on the operationals. Good agreement on the ensembles. So yes, it looks warm and windy on Monday. Tuesday, we start to see differences here. The surface low really gets wound up. It's over Lake Michigan at the moment. On the GFS operational, the ensemble a bit more to the south, I would say close to Chicago, maybe even portions of Gary, Indiana. Nothing that dramatic, but still a strong low on both ideas. The Euro, not as strong. It's a weaker low, a bit faster as well, and because it is weaker, when you have a weaker low pressure, they have a tendency to go more east than north. So it's going to drift more east. If it's more wound up, the Coriolis effect kicks in, the block, it's going to go north. The ensemble, though, of the Euro is a bit stronger and a little bit more to the north. And then you look at the Canadian, it's the farthest north, actually, in the operational run of it. Even the ensemble is, but it's also the fastest moving through. Still, we still have some questions here on this lead low, the surface low, and it's not so much on the snow idea, it's more so on any chance for anything severe that could develop, because the Euro idea of a low that's not as strong and drifting over us would likely lead more to a showery setup for Monday into early Tuesday. Therefore, any instability would likely be not in the picture as we into Tuesday afternoon, and that would cut down on any severe potential. But a stronger low would have more of a tendency to really allow for a nice dry slot potentially to form in the warm sector, and that could allow for the instability to form. So that's an important question to answer. And the system's still in the Pacific Ocean, guys, so it's going to take us until, I would say, Saturday night to at least get the first round of good data on that low forming on the Rockies there as it moves on shore. But then we have to worry about this little piece of energy right here. What is it going to do? It's that second part of the story we'll be watching. So again, this is going to be Tuesday. Here we go quickly. Late Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. That cold air rushes in fast. And now notice the GFS is more aggressive with the cold idea on its ensemble and on its operational run. The Euro is to an extent, and the Canadian is not as excited about it. It's the less thrilled, if you will. But because it's not as aggressive with the wrapping up here, and the high pressure doesn't dive as far south, that little low there shows up on the ensembles as well. So we do see the cold air rushing in Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Our confidence in that is actually high. And I do think this is more of a setup we're going to dry out rapidly with the lead low. Our snow potential with the lead low, I'm just not impressed with right now at all. So what's going to happen then with this second low? Well, as you can tell, we get into a situation where that cold high pressure moving in is going to be very much a bully, and is going to want to really, because the jet is going to become very amplified with that block. So anything that's going to try to catch up here, like a little caboose, is going to battle itself out with that strong high, and it will likely lose. And that will be the trend even as we head into Thursday night. In fact, you can see even on the operational GFS where it's trying to sneak it in the best it can. The ensemble's not as excited about it. GFS is or Euro says that, no way. Look at the ensembles from the GFS. This is for the severe potential, I guess, or thunderstorm action for Tuesday. There's actually really good agreement on that track of that low being close to Chicago here, or at least north. So again, GFS seems to have a decent handle on this. But when you get to the snow potential, this is Thursday morning. One of the ensembles is really fast. It actually has that little southern low moving in here Wednesday night. There's another one that shows it. There's one that hints at it. There's one that hints at it. And the there's one right here that hints at it. And that's about it, which is actually not bad, but still more than on the map here say it's not going to happen. And then when you head into Thursday night, the same ones pretty much still have that southern low. It wouldn't likely be a snowstorm, by the way, but it would could be an accumulating snow, that's for sure, if that were to sneak in. But then you look at the European idea, which will kick in here. First off, it does its maps a little different, by the way, from Weather Bell. But this is the Tuesday low pressure as it emerges off the Rockies. These are potential places where that lead low could be. Look at this. You can see where some of them try to move it out quick and throw it out close to I-70, which is pretty far south compared to the GFS and even the Canadian. And some hold it way back in here. So there's, and some of that's the upper low, but still you can see that GFS is still struggling a little bit on that lead low idea. But it's not so much struggling as we head into Wednesday night and Thursday. It starts to get a better idea that low is going to move through the Great Lakes. Here's a little friend here, lagging behind. What's it going to do? Well, nothing. The high, again, is a bully. It takes over. There's only one ensemble right there that gives it a hint of hope. And even that is gone in the next frame. Sorry, guys. It's not exactly the best of setups here. But it's early in the game. We will keep an eye on it. Stay tuned, as they say. Enjoy the quiet weekend.